Whatever, man.
All right, cold open. Hey, everyone, and welcome back to Restaurant Bets episode 2. This week, we are breaking down UFC. Who gives a fuck? It's a not good one. Last week,
I think it's literally just called Reyes versus Procházka. Oh, just kidding. It's on ESPN Plus 23.
Oh, ESPN Plus 23, because for
Of
those
course.
of you, this is what they gave the Jordan.
Of course, ESPN Plus 23.
Yeah, the Jordan number deserves to go to Dominic Reyes, headliner after his last fight was a loss. But whatever, we're still gonna be betting because some of us here are really hot, and by some of us, I mean Nick, me. I didn't have a bad week. Went 2-2. Granted, Jimmy the Brute Crute kind of fucked me a little bit, cost me a little bit, but both of my
coming down with that calf injury like that.
Both of my picks were dog picks, so you know what? I'll take that. I'll take some 2+ picks. Pad the stats a little bit so it's not all chalk. But Nick, you had another fucking great week.
Yeah, no, came out ahead again. It technically didn't go perfect. I said I couldn't because the play was the parlay, hedge out the parlay. But if you consider that, I did go perfect because Chris Weidman's leg snapped like a rubber chicken, and then the parlay inverse hit. So, well, technically there's a loss on the ledger there with the parlay. The Rose play buffered it back in. And another profitable week. I think it was like another 2.5 unit week. I mean, and on a card that was almost exclusively chalk. So it was I was satisfied.
Yeah,
satisfied.
Really
this one I really don't know. And I know I'm in the territory where I need a card that I really feel good about because like it's shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot, and I'm hot, but I'm like tepidly hot right now. Like I'm not. Like I'm shooting and I'm hot and the numbers look good on the box score, but when the ball comes out of the hand, I have no idea where it's going. It just happens to be going in, and this card is representative of that. Like
this card
no fucking clue
is either a street killer or it is a huge momentum swing because I'll give it to the UFC. This is like a little bounce back card. We have a little bit of a hangover. It's just enough to get us by, but they gave us a lot of fights. Not that they're interesting, but they're kind of close in odds. There's a lot of -140, a lot of +110. This is, if it wasn't my birthday and I was going to get blackout drunk all day, is sit down and be like, let's just look up the Sherdog, the Tapology, and just start taking some picks. Because
you think so, dude? I got a different read on that. I mean, the odds, yes.
I'm not necessarily. It's a lot of people that I looked at the names. I'm just like, who the fuck are some of these? It's just so many people that you just don't really know that there's a few interesting matchups, but then other than that, I feel like there's just these hodgepodge, kind of close, kind of like I don't give a fuck that I would just throw money on and be like, okay, it's +140, fuck it, -120, whatever, -170. Okay, it's not like some of these recently that's been like heavy with the -400s, heavy with the -350s. The main event is being always like super skewed. So it feels like one of those like, hey, maybe just, which kind of lines up with like horse race. It's May 1st, which is going to be, what is it? Kentucky Derby as well.
Derby day.
So it's going to be one of those days where you're just kind of like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm a little bit drunk. I'm just throwing feelers out there. So I'm not going to I started doing some like reads and I'm like, this is not a card where you're going to be able to get a lot of reads. This is going to be a card that you're going to need a little bit of luck. But depending on how it goes, it might fuck you. So I'll go first, seeing that I got 3 picks. I was somehow able to find them. And Nick's got 2. So my first one's going to go Giga Chikadze over Cub Swanson, -170. Mainly because this is coming off the news that Diego Sanchez have just been kicked out of the UFC. It's like the old guard is out, man. Like now Cub Swanson is like the oldest dude in the UFC.
What are we gonna do with a Josh Fabulous UFC?
Yeah, exactly. Today just made me really I'm like, man, all like Weidman, everyone is just like they're getting pushed out of the old guard. And Cub Swanson is in there, and Giga Chikadze is pretty fucking good, very athletic, and not to mention he's Georgian, which is I'm pulling a Trill Ballins, picking a new super team, and that's Georgia, because I am now
not a bad super team.
I'm putting my ballot in. I am pursuing Lila Juja or whatever. I might get a Georgian tattoo at this point.
Dude,
I'm gonna shave my
it
head.
is unbelievable the gas that she's been throwing.
Unreal. Easily the hottest chick in the UFC right now. And it's like
I think I think that Macedo's down to silver medal.
Yeah. Macedo's definitely prettier, but if I'm like, Juja would snap my neck if I saw her in public. Like I would literally be like, wait, what? Like that's a fucking unicorn there. Like that doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. So I'm going with the Georgian here. I have to. It's my new blood.
I'm betting on this one guy because he's from the same country as this hot chick.
That I'm
Good
trying to
betting
bang.
strategy.
Yes, that is
Let me
my
sum that up
logic.
for you. Let me
And
sum
Cub
that up for
Swanson's
everyone
old.
at home.
Paired with and Cub Swanson is old. So with that, minus
Those are
170.
two really strong
Reasons.
Reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't hate that. Okay, so first pick, I'm gonna. It's funny that you said not a lot of landslide favorites. I'll be taking a landslide favorite. I'm gonna take the. I love this fight, but I'm gonna take the fight goes. I'm just straight up fight goes to decision line in Cody Stamann and Merab Dvalishvili.
Really, yeah.
I don't know how I fuck his name up every time,
Yeah.
but this one should actually be fun. A lot of wrestling. I'm really excited to see like the sprawling scrambles. I hope it doesn't end up just being like tied up on the fence.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people are kind of sleeping on Cody Stamann here. A little bit of disrespect and the plus 215 line. And I mean, I know he's coming off of a loss, but like Marab's beaten good people, but not great people. Like I really don't think that he should be this big of a favorite. But what I do know is he's going to try to wrestle a lot because he always does. And he's really fucking good at it. And Cody Stamann also not a bad wrestler himself. So I don't see neither of these guys are just icing people. That's the main gist here.
Well,
and
I mean,
and
but they're not going.
if I had to guess, neither possesses a black belt in any sort of jujitsu whatsoever. No,
they could
let
alone
alone
in any, but they could hold their own in any fucking wrestling room in the country.
Oh no, yeah, 100%. No, but I'm saying what I meant is the type of like. There's pretty much black belts are like getting a fucking toy in your Happy Meal in the UFC nowadays, where there's black belts and then there's Damian Maia's, Mackenzie Dern's, you know what I mean?
Black belts.
Like, yeah, where there's levels to this shit. And it's like the Mackenzie Dern's, the Damian Maia's, those people can go out and submit people. A lot of these people with just like, oh, I got a black belt. It's like, yeah, maybe you might get the rear naked choke if you're just beating up somebody on their back, but it's not like the dude who fought and won just last night or 2 nights ago or whatever the fuck it was. That guy's got a that dude's doing transitions on the mat with body triangles and other things and attacking armbar. Like you could tell, okay, this guy's got a legit submission. Not Merab and Cody, neither of those guys. Like their wrestling alone will get them out of any submission that somebody will put up. I don't see them knocking each other out. It's minus 300. It's so steep. I fucking hate that I'm reaching in the bag this hard to get picks on this card, but whatever. This is what came to mind. The fight's going to decision. It'll be a great fight. It's not gonna get finished.
The over in that fight is minus
345. So I'm just
I saw 1.5 rounds.
570.
Minus 570.
Obscene.
Unreal. Which it's like, what if someone goes out there and knocks them out? It's like they're wrestlers, man. They're guys that are gonna. And I just love that they're two completely different type of wrestlers. Like one, I think is like D1, I think Michigan State or some shit like that. I think he was a D1 wrestler, and then Dvalishvili just like, although I think is he Georgian as well? I think he might be Georgian too.
That might have a sleeper pick coming through.
Well, anyways, going to my second pick, I'm going to go in the main event. I went back and forth. I was gonna bet against Dominic Reyes because I'm like, he hasn't those last two perform. Well, I guess. You can't really say too much about the John Jones performance because
the Weidman performance.
Oh yeah, even that too, because it's like, all right, like
how bad is Weidman?
Yeah, that hasn't aged well at all, so it's like, okay, that's not impressive.
It hasn't aged poorly. It's a win, but
barely. No, it's not aging like a fine wine. But then I saw Jiri's haircut, and then I saw that fucking little ponytail, and which I thought Kevin Lee's gonna have that in T-minus 2 seconds, just one big long dyed ponytail. And I'm like, dude, that guy's gonna get knocked out. And then I just looked at his record. He's knocked out like everyone, but it's all been in just like whatever, Poland.
Risen, I think, right?
Yeah. Then he beat CB Dalloway in Risen. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, CB Dalloway isn't anybody anymore. And then he just beat Jan Blachowicz.
I don't think CB Dalloway ever was.
Not Jan Blachowicz. It's beat Volkan Ozdemir, which is like, who hasn't been Volkan Ozdemir lately? Like, he had one good streak when he first started the UFC, and then he's been like very mid since. So I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel like 2 fights in the UFC is in a main event, and he's the favorite. Like, I don't know. It's like fucking heavyweight. It's probably just going to be a slugfest. And Dominic Reyes is sneaky athletic, so I'm going to go with him at plus 110. it gives me a little bit of not chalk for the card too.
Yep. Lock of the week. Dominic Reyes. Same
Yeah.
thing. Dude, I get it. The guy's got like a massive chin, but a lot of the time, like if you watch any of his fights, like the dude is like defense is an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I mean, which high offense, so very much Oregon Ducks style attack, MMA wise from
Chip Kelly.
Jiri. Yeah, real Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly neon colored
neon
unis. We're
unis.
talking
It's the
up-tempo
all
offense.
it's the all whites.
Yep.
It's just but he's there to be hit. And I Dominic Reyes looked like shit against Jan Blachowicz. The no two ways around it. But look, a lot of people are basing this fight, they're boiling this down to, if you think John Jones sucks, then Dominic Reyes is going to get his ass beat.
Yeah.
In this fight. Well, my decision's made. I don't think John Jones sucks.
Yeah.
I think he's still the fucking best fighter on the planet. No one can touch the guy still. What, as much as the fight with Reyes is close, look, dubs are dubs. The guy has not lost in ever. So Dom Reyes, I think he's still got it. It's got a little athleticism. And also, dude, it's 5 rounds. Reyes isn't, he's not crazy. Like, he's not a crazy person.
No,
so if
he's
he gets
not like,
if he gets out of the first round of crazy with this Jiri guy, just slow. It's gonna be Billy Madison. Slow down, dude. Just heavy leg kicks, a little bit of punches to the face, slow it down. I don't see why he can't win. I'm in the same boat as you. The haircut's not a great look. That's always like anytime people are fucking around with their hair, that's usually a sign of something's not going right.
And like, that's just a haircut that if you bet on that guy and he fucking, it's just like,
why did I bet on the ponytail?
I bet on a guy with that fucking haircut. Like, I can lose to a guy with that haircut, and it's like, okay, because you would never think a guy like that could win. But then when you fucking bet on a guy and you're just like, when I'm picking ponies,
what a fool I am.
Yeah, you're picking ponies, and I picked the fucking shortest little one at the end. And I'm like, why the fuck did I pick that one?
You picked the donkey.
Yeah, the donkey that's just like spray painted to look more like a horse.
Yeah. Or what's that fucking stupid ass movie? The one where the zebra races. Yeah, you picked the fucking zebra. And you're like, why the fuck did I think this horse was
I picked the donkey that's spray painted.
Yeah. Why the hell did I pick this horse? It's not even a horse. So yeah, but I agree. Too much. I'm just, look, man. He had one shitty fight. I'm not ready to rule the guy out as. Look, he's not a world beater. I don't think it's like, oh, give him John Jones again, and Dominic Reyes could go up and beat Francis or Jan or whatever. But dude, the guy's up there at the top of the heap for what 205 is nowadays. And I don't know, like you said, if I trust this Jiri guy beating a bunch of jobbers over in Risen, and then he beat Volkan Ozdemir. Okay, sick.
Now he's like main event. Like, they're gonna say title shot pretty soon. Like, it's the Stevie Dalloway win, and it's like, oh, that's a name, but he's just in a different organization. It's like, dude, no, it's not. Like,
no, it's not. It's a name from 2004. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's only a name because you remember the name, but you can't be like, oh, it's like, no, that's a garbage win.
It's a name the same way Rex Grossman is a name.
Yeah.
Like, as a quarterback, like, oh, was he relevant? No, he wasn't.
He wouldn't be trying out you wouldn't be like, oh, he could play for the Jets now. It's like, no. So yeah, and then my lock of the week, you said I love Cody Stamann, but I think Dvalishvili if he's got the Georgian bloodline in him, then I have to
Big
make
X factor.
lock. But I'm going with him by decision because, like you said, I think 255 is a little steep. Dvalishvili smashes people, yes, but like he's also has a very big competitive advantage against them, and I don't think he has that much of a competitive like strength advantage, or it's going to be marginal, and I think it's going to be a close decision. It's going to come down like who can just eke out those last takedowns or hold a little bit more control. I think it's going to be similar to whose fight was it? Was it also Cody Stamann as well, where it was just like back and forth of like one round one guy was taking him down, and the next round the other guy was taking him down, and then it was like
it was his last fight. Last fight was why the
Jimmy Rivera?
God. Yes, thank you.
Where it was
totally
like,
blanked on the guy's name.
I think it's gonna be a similar situation, and it's just gonna be like, fuck, he just ran into like a guy that's just a little bit thicker. Like Dvalishvili is an absolute monster. Did I lose you? Fuck. Are we going still? Hold on. All right, we're back.
Yep, we're back.
All right, where did we lose me at? I just
You're basically just saying that you think it's going to be a situation that it's narrow, kind of like the Jimmy
Yeah.
Rivera fight, but just not quite there.
Yeah, I think Dvalishvili is just he's gonna be just a slightly thicker, like he's just one of those monsters that you see out there. Like, fuck, man, how do you beat that? And Cody Stamen is really good, and maybe like he'll be a little bit better on the feet. Like, I think if Stamen does win, it's gonna be because he outboxed him, and I just
Yes.
don't know. Like, I mean, he has it's possible, but I just see the decision Dvalishvili, and like I said, I gotta go all Georgian tonight, so let's fucking do it. I'm gonna bet on him and then slide into her DMs and just show her the bet slips and then just say, please,
Is this enough?
this enough?
Is this enough, or do I need to bet more?
Yeah, tell me how much. Here's my credit card number. Just place the bets for me.
My social security number is this, and this. Mom's middle name, street I grew up on, in case they ask any security questions.
Here's a picture of me from today. So we're holding today's newspaper. Like, you need any verification?
Yeah, this card is ass though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This one is
all
so
in all,
bad.
it is ass.
It is big
But
ass.
yeah. So speaking of ass, you can follow us posting Leela Juja's ass probably because she'll probably be at the fight. You can find us at the restaurant, and you can find me at Berliba MMA and Nick _ a guy and a gi. You can find us also. I think we need to change the YouTube channel still, so it's probably still under Below the Belt, but you can find us at the restaurant. We will be posting this show at the YouTube channel. So find us, subscribe on everything, and then until next week, peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Cool. Peace. All right, I'm out.
All right, dude. Take it easy.